Hello and welcome to another edition of the TC and Company podcast. Tom Caron with you here at Fenway Park, where the Red Sox opened up their first series of August, an extra innings loss to the Atlanta Braves. Good game. Back and forth throughout. Red Sox kept coming back in the end. It was the Braves, the defending world champs, who come out on top. We'll hear this week from Christian Arroyo, who has been on an absolute tear. 8 games since returning from the groin strain. He's hitting over 400, hit a big 2-run home run last night, just crushing one to dead center. A little to the right, little opposite field side of dead center, but he's been really fun to watch since coming back. He's been on a tear, and we'll hear from Arroyo. But we begin, as always, with the company of the TC and Company. Tyler Boronski is with us, and the big news, Monday was the off day, Tyler, and coming off a series loss in Kansas City was bad enough. And getting to the Chris Sale news on Tuesday was bad enough. But in the middle of all that, we found out officially, I'd known for a little while, but officially Dennis Eckersley giving word that he would be retiring from broadcasting at the end of the season. Now, he came on the show last night, and I had him on, and he and I talked a lot about the last 20 years in our relationship. So we won't go through all that again. You can find that online, but I'm curious, for you being here a few years now and being around, watching this team over the years, watching Eck, just how you felt when you heard that, and just what are your thoughts on Dennis Eckersley as a broadcaster?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a pleasure watching and getting to know him for the last few years here. It's funny because you see how fun and personable he is on air. He is like that too when you get him talking off air as well. So I've always enjoyed my time with Eck, and it's bittersweet for Sox fans, definitely. It's obviously been a lot of turnover with, Jerry and Eck now, so it's going to have a new look, but I'm happy for him. Obviously, the reasons are so he can spend more time with his grandchildren and be more at home where he's based in California, so I'm happy for him at the end of the day, but yeah, it'll be very strange to not see him in the booth next year.
I think with Eck, more than most people I know, he goes all in on everything he does. He was all in as a pitcher. He's all in as a broadcaster. He wants to be all in as a grandfather. He wants to be present when he's with the kids, not keeping an eye on the TV or looking at notes, because that's who he is. If he was doing games, he would not be able to turn away and be all in. So I totally get it. And I think, he's a special guy because of that, because he does want to be all in, fully present in whatever he's doing.
Yeah, I know when he's done with our games, he goes watches the West Coast games. So to your point, he is always all in and focused. And I love a line he said yesterday in our open in the live game broadcast, he loved being here in Boston because Boston fans, this city matches his passion, his energy, his love for it. And it's just been the right fit in that sense. So, but yeah, sad to see him go. And, but hopefully see him around. I know he's still going to do some ambassador work here with the Red Sox, so hopefully see him around.
He'll be up in the legend suite as a legend, waving to his adoring crowd. And we've still got him for a couple of months, so let's not fully wrap it up just left. All right, Tyler, we're going to keep you here. We'll have you back at the end of the podcast. A special, here's a little tease, a special announcement coming up at the end of the podcast from Tyler. But first, here's the conversation with Christian Arroyo. Again, another couple of hits last night. He's been the best hitting player on the roster, one of the best hitting players in baseball since coming back from the groin injury. Again, 8 games, but if you go back before the injury, half dozen games or so, he was on a tear before that too. When healthy, it's a real impact bat in this lineup. Injuries have been the issues. Great conversation about all of that and more this week with Christian Arroyo on the TC and Company podcast. Here we go, 3-2. Well, we definitely want to thank Christian Arroyo for spending some time. Great to get his take on what's going on with this team and what's going on with Chris Sale, the injuries, all of that. Jarren Duran, just really insightful stuff. But before we wrap up this week's edition, we want to bring back Tyler Boronski. Had a big tease at the end of the Open today. I didn't want to include it because I didn't want you to overshadow Dennis Eckersley announcing his retirement. But this is your last edition as the company in the TC and Company podcast. I'll let you take it away and give us the news.
Yeah, I got to be the dumbest person to announce that he's leaving NESN the same week as Dennis Eckersley. How about that? But, this will be my final episode. Heading over to NBC5 in Burlington, Vermont to be a on-air, news reporter and fill-in anchor for them. So excited for the opportunity. Your old stomping grounds, TC spot. So I'm excited for the opportunity. And, I have NESN to thank for helping support my goals and my aspirations, TC, to give me this opportunity. For those that don't know, I signed up to be a behind-the-scenes person at NESN. That is my full-time job there. You didn't need to give me this opportunity. NESN hasn't needed to give me any opportunities on this side of things. So the fact they have, and it's definitely helped me get this next opportunity, I'm very thankful. So.
Well, I'm really happy for you. I'm so proud of you. You've worked for this, you've earned this, and you're going to the place I started my career, for better or worse. You can blame WPTZ. You're smart because, I'll get in trouble. The people in Plattsburgh, New York aren't going to be happy with me, but the station used to be in Plattsburgh, New York, which is the other side of Lake Champlain. Now it's in beautiful Burlington, Vermont.
Yes.
And Plattsburgh's a great town. Don't get me wrong. We had fun there for a couple of years. But Burlington is one of my favorite cities. You're going to have a great time covering the University of Vermont. You better get some St. Michael's news in there.
Yep, the St. Michael I know is right there.
Big D2 basketball program. I expect plenty of coverage of the Purple Knights.
Absolutely.
But you'll have a great time. They've got the independent baseball team up there. Are they still the Lock Monsters? I think
Yep,
they're
the
still
Lock Monsters. Yep.
Monsters. And brand new arena being built for UVM. The basketball team is always in the hunt. And the hockey team is a great program. So I think you're going to have a blast. You looking forward to it? I know, but by the way, you're a news reporter up there.
Sure.
But you'll do some sports. I'm sure, from time to time.
Definitely. I think I'm thankful to them. They seem pretty open to have me do different opportunities. You know, not everything's hardcore news every day, so we'll mix in some sports, some lifestyle content. But yeah, I'm just very excited to get up there and get things going. And like you said, it's a beautiful spot. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Congratulations. We will see you up there because my son still lives up there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. So
be up there quite
I
a
do
bit.
want to say one quick thing too, because to thank you again, because this has been surreal for me. I grew up a Boston sports fan, so to work in NESN, to be around these Boston athletes, and a funny story, prior to NESN, I was coming from college at the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting. One of my instructors, her name's Debbie Taylor, formerly Debbie Roblowski, who used to be a NESN on-air talent. And, you know, back then when you're in college, you know, for me, the NESNs, the ESPNs of the world, it's like a whole different, it's very big time. It's like to hear people from that. So I'm like, when she told me she worked at NESN, I was like, literally the first thing, and I kind of feel funny saying it now, but I'm like, oh, shoot, you know Tom Caron? Like, you worked with Tom Caron? Yeah. So that was only like 3 or 4 years ago.
She said, no, I've never heard of the guy.
Yeah, but
she's great. By the way, she was our first great baseball reporter. When I started here, she was on the Red Sox beat. She's a wonderful person, great reporter, and you were learning from the best.
Yeah, she was awesome. So to have that, I mean,
Gordy
it was only a few years ago. Yep, Gordy.
And Debbie, and of course Dan Patrick.
Yes.
I mean, you did well.
You learned from
the good ones. Then you dumbed it down with me, and now you're going off and into the wilderness to start on.
But yeah, no, it's been pretty surreal. So thank you again.
So good luck. We'll do a Where Are They Now edition of the TC.
Yeah, don't forget about me yet, Boston. Don't forget about me.
Next year we'll reach out to Tyler and after he's covering the cold snap and the 28th consecutive day below zero, we'll see how that's going. Just kidding. Everybody in Vermont, it's a great state. It's always warm. Tyler, good luck and thanks for everything.
All right, thanks TC. Appreciate it.